Every day is another chance to do it all over again.
Get the best of starts on the break of dawn. 32 FM 94.9.
My head's so far away.
Mornings are for dreamers.
Say I'm a dreamer, yes I'm a dreamer. Oh.
The break of dawn for champions.
Champion, 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 champion.
On 32 FM 94.9.
All right, top of the morning to you. This is 32 FM 94.9. It's the morning of the 6th of May, 2025. It's time to bring you the major headlines out of the papers this morning. As always, we'll take the analysis and your reactions to the stories making the papers. My name is Kenny Duratilu. I have the Daily Post, the Punch newspaper, the Daily Trust, the Premium Times, the Vanguard newspaper, amongst a bunch of papers we'll be touching this morning. Let's start off from the pages of the Daily Post. Tinubu's ban on foreign goods, major boost for Nigerian economy. Stakeholders. Over 300 suspected gunmen seen heading from Zamfara to Mashegu in Niger. Defection. Peter Obi's media handler aide in talks with APC presidency. Tinubu bans importation of foreign goods, unveils new industrialization policy. Sacked health workers, FCT doctors embark on 3-day strike, give Wike ultimatum. Other headlines here. Peter Obi reacts to disturbing UTME results, urges urgent education reforms. Imo government begins clampdown on tinted commercial buses. Fighting insurgency, Governor Nwifuru advocates instituted reward system for gallant security officers. Governor Namadi of Jigawa reshuffles cabinet. Leave or pay $1,000 fine daily. Trump's deputy chief of staff threatens illegal immigrants. EFCC arraigns suspected crypto fraud kingpin over $2.5 million, 3.5 billion naira scam in Lagos. Peter Obi standing as running mate will be his greatest mistake, Tinubu's aide. APC endorses Governor Umar Namadi as sole candidate for 2027 election. Defection. Peter Obi's media handler aide in talks with APC presidency. APC aspirants reject imposed candidate ahead of local government polls. Zamfara PDP denies Governor Lawal's complicity in suspension of 9 state lawmakers. And this one says local government polls. Lagos APC holds stakeholders meeting Wednesday. All right, we take headlines from the Punch newspaper. Major story: insecurity reps Benue government clash over NAS as NAS resumes today. I'll take that again. Insecurity reps Benue government clash as NAS resumes today. Germany's new Chancellor Merz unveils cabinet ahead of swearing in. Babcock threatens suit, says missing student left school unlawfully. Bauchi to probe killing of 19 hunters during patrol. Tinubu approves plan to attract $122 billion power investment. Kano local governments to contribute 670 million naira for Emir Sanusi's vehicles. Concerns over 1.5 million UTME candidate score below 200. 8,000 terrorists, bandits killed under Tinubu defense minister. Student loan minister meets VCs as NANS blocks Lagos-Ibadan highway. Major petrol diesel price cuts expected over crude slump. And this one says El Rufai placeholder for Atiku in SDP Galadima. Alright, some stories from the Metro Plus pages of the Punch. Babcock threatens suit, says missing student left school unlawfully. Man to die by hanging for killing sex worker. Police nab suspected Sokoto gun runner. Recover arms. Businessman remanded in Kirikiri over $2.6 million crypto, 3.5 billion naira fraud. Some business-related stories here. Nigeria leads move to provide power to 300 million Africans. Abbas, Nigeria others target 10 offshore drilling projects. Report. Tinubu approves plan to attract $122 billion power investments. Alright, taking headlines now from the Daily Trust. Nigeria Daily, why Nigerian workers are becoming less productive by the day. 25 killed as bandits, vigilantes clash in Bauchi. Crisis in Northwest Development Commission over scholarship scheme. Katsina farmers get subsidized fertilizers at 20,000 naira. Yobe to distribute 17 billion naira agric inputs. 25 killed as bandits, vigilantes clash in Bauchi. Constitution amendment, insecurity, tax bills top agenda as National Assembly resumes today. (2025) UTME over 75% score below 200. Woman in court for marrying two husbands. Policeman under fire for lacing Ganduje's shoe. You find that story from the pages of the Daily Trust. From the Premium Times, presidency faults AFDB's president's claim on Nigeria's GDP. Sporadic shooting in Ondo as police Amotekun officers clash. Editorial testing the constitution with the rash of defections. CBN makes profit in 2024 after a 1.2 trillion naira loss in 2023. Arkan bars agencies influencers from advertising without approval, warns against deceptive promotions. Experts advocate hand hygiene culture to prevent infections, strengthen health systems. Use of gloves not substitute for hand hygiene. Experts. Godfrey 𝐂𝐿 speaks on purposeful leadership, empowering the next generation of women. Women demand fertility, menopause coverage in workplace, health insurance. Report. He's not a thief. Kano governor denies giving Kwakunto 2 billion naira monthly. Alright, we'll move over to the Vanguard newspaper. Anti-Tinubu coalition, North alone can't decide 2027 presidency. Tanko Yakasai, ACF. VDM to be released today, faces multiple charges in court Thursday. Fresh concerns over budget 2025 as oil price drops to $59 per barrel. This one says Naira appreciates to 1,600 Naira per dollar in parallel market. Police arrest killer of Diri's in-law monarch in Bayelsa. Trump threatens 100% tariff on foreign-made movies. AI can transform governance, improve transparency. Customs CG defection. Oberewori Okowa betrayed trust. Group. Fresh oil spill in Rivers community as group alleges massive destruction. And lastly, Aranyeka didn't instruct PDP defectors not to register APC. We'll go on a commercial break now. When we come back, it'll be time for the analysis of the headlines on the Papers Review this morning. Do stay with us.
Happiness is a choice that we want you to make always. Choose to be happy. Choose 32 FM 94.9 Ibadan.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development. and the care they need with the new NAN-KID 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics to help your child's digestion and development, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. And all of these work together to support your child's development and growth today and tomorrow. NAN-KID 4. Nourish your child's potential.
Kí ló ń sún ọpọ́n ìrẹsì jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù lọ sípele ìgbádùn tó ga? Ṣé tí wọ́n bá sè é pẹ̀lú kóró náà fún adùn tó kà màmá yẹn ni? Tàbí tẹ́ bá jẹ́ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó sàláàdì Nàìjíríà, èso kábéèjì, kárọ̀tì, lẹ́tùsì, àtẹ̀wà oníkíndìnrín díẹ̀.
Ó ní láti jẹ́ méjèèjì. Ṣe jollof rice rẹ pẹ̀lú adùn kóró náà kí o wá jẹ́ pẹ̀lú ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀fọ́. Ó yá, jẹ́ kí ọ̀pọ̀ oúnjẹ rẹ gbé pẹ́ẹ́lí. Lónìí, jẹun tó dáa.
Tifa bá wọlé tọ́ ní fàáfàá Jifa. 32 FM, the happiness station, is ready to spread happiness again. Yes, ke? Then don't reach for us to make our listeners smile again. Oh, are you ready? Ṣé dúró dédé? Àwùfù bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ don land like traffic lights. If true data is life, na if you say recharge card go come you wait you. If your finger is fast and you are feeling lucky on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, then keep your dial locked on 32 FM 949 fẹ̀yẹ́. Nítorí òjò recharge card yóò máa rọ̀ ní gbogbo ọjọ́ Ìṣẹ́gun, Ọjọ́rú àti Ọjọ́bọ̀. Ìyẹn ní pé every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, time go reach you. Àwùfù bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ go dey ṣẹlẹ̀ on top 32 FM 94.9 by 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 5 p.m. Congo reach 7 p.m. Lẹ́yìn tó túmọ̀ sí pé láago mẹ́jọ òwúrọ̀, aago mọ́kànlá àárọ̀, aago kan ọ̀sán, aago márùn-ún àti aago méje àṣálẹ́. If it be red network, if it be green network, it still fit be yellow network. Any which way na way, your own na to stay alert and stay active on 32 FM. Ló bá tán, má gọ̀ọ̀kì ẹ̀ láfàwọ́dá.
You want like Vinny Junior? Èmi tí mo phenomenal gangan.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, mommy.
But these dirty, sweaty uniforms and socks, we're clean in the morning. Everything don't transform. I understand though, school is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some nutritious Milo at breakfast.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Ẹ̀yin fans mi.
It's okay.
Ẹ lọ sórí gbogbo ìkànnì ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ ní 32 FM 949 fẹ̀yìn ẹ̀
It's okay.
Life is always full of wahala, but there is music, passion, feelings, and good vibes. Take a ride with INT'L app to get there on your own terms. You decide what your life will be full of and choose a fair price for this ride. INT'L, the INT'L online passenger transportation aggregator, is not a taxi service. Find more information at www.int'l.com.
Golden penny pasta, what's your reason?
What's your reason, oh?
Everybody gather round. Come and hear the news in town. From the kitchen to my heart, every single body's a thrill. With every bowl I share, I find more reasons.
There are more reasons to love Golden Penny Pasta, enriched with protein and fiber for you and your loved ones. Golden Penny Pasta, great taste, good nutrition.
32 FM
94.9.
All right, it's great to have you join us. 32 FM 94.9. It's time to delve into the analysis of the headlines on the Papers Review this morning. I'm Kenny Durutilu. Joining me for the analysis this morning is Mr. Femi Olukunle. Good morning, sir.
Kenny, good morning to you. And I greet our listeners. Good morning to you.
All right, so let's begin from this one. It's a headline out of the Guardian. Prepare for fresh hike in electricity tariffs. Federal government tells Nigerians. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, said the new tariffs will reflect the true cost of electricity. He also said something about the federal government continuing to provide targeted subsidies for economically disadvantaged Nigerians. What do you make of that term? economically disadvantaged Nigerians, because as it is, most people seem to fall into that bracket.
The unfortunate aspect of it is that since Bayo Adelabu became the Minister of Power in this country, all he has achieved is adding more problems to the problems of the people by taxing them more and more. So we have not seen any concrete or meaningful reform that pays the people. It has always been anti-people. Now, if you tell the people to brace up for more payments for energy consumption, is the energy stable? Is it even available for people to consume? So, from time immemorial, Nigerians have always been paying for darkness. And then, what is saying indirectly is that people should brace up to pay more for darkness. Now, unfortunately, if the minister will be telling Nigerians that he had added maybe 1 kilowatt or half of a kilowatt to the grid, it is so shameful, because if you look at what is being generated in nations that are not as populated and not as popular as Nigeria, take South Africa for example, where they generate over 40 megawatts of electricity, where Nigeria, as giant, as big as we are, we have not generated up to 10 megawatts. No. So, and then somebody is telling us to brace up. And aside from that, I read this morning where he said that Nigeria is going to borrow money to offset the 4 trillion naira that they say federal government should pay as subsidy. Then the question is, what are they subsidizing? We don't understand. You see, unfortunately, the two power sectors, the two power centers in this country are shrouded with so much secrecy. The two power centers are the NNPC and the Department of Energy. So both of the Ministry of Energy, rather, of Power, both of them are shrouded in secrecy. Nigerians don't know what is happening in those places. Now, you say federal government is to pay 4 trillion. What culminated into that humongous amount of money? What did we buy? What did we import? What did we consume for the federal government to offset that huge amount of money? We don't understand. And who were the people that consumed power to that level? So we don't know what is happening. Nigerians don't know what is happening in that department, in that sector. So the onus is on the federal government, particularly the president, to let us know. I mean, be transparent. Let Nigerians know what we sell, what we buy, what we generate, and what are the condiments that you put in place to generate power. And then what did we buy on credit, to the extent that the nation is owing 4 trillion. Aside from that, the poorest of the poor also that you say you want to subsidize, how do you know them? If you say they are in the villages, it is not everybody in the village that is poor. Some are rich farmers, some are traders, rich traders. In the city, in the urban centers, there are so many poor people. Is it because they are wearing shirts or their dresses are clean? So there are so many poor people. So how do you identify those poor people that you say you want to subsidize their energy consumption? So all this thing is shrouded in secrecy and deceit. So federal government should just come out clean and let us know what is happening in that department.
All right, we'll take a headline from the Daily Post. Peter Obi reacts to disturbing UTME results, urges urgent education reforms. He's come out to express concern over the recently released results of the 2025 UTME, describing the figures as a discouraging reflection of Nigeria's failing education system. There was a headline out of the Daily Trust: 75% of those students who sat for the exams scored below 200.
Yeah. What Peter Obi said is highly ambiguous. Education sector reform. What reform is he talking about? I remember my days as a teacher in secondary school. in Ogun State, whenever WAEC results came out, there will be an analysis from the Ministry of Education. Now, it is possible for you as a teacher to present students who scored 100%. Out of that 100%, you may have for some people that had P8, P7, but if nobody failed, if nobody had F9, then you have scored 100%. So that will not deceive the Ministry of Education. Then the Ministry of Education came out with something they called HEP, that is higher education potential. That is of the result that you, the teacher, has obtained.
Right.
How many of your students that you presented for WAEC have higher education potential? And anybody who is going to have higher education potential must have credit, probably 5 credits, 6 credits. Those are the ones in that bracket. Now, what is happening here with this shameful JAMB result can be put at the threshold of the government, the parents, and the students themselves, the candidates themselves. The government, in the sense that the teachers who teach in our schools these days, I don't think they are well monitored. I don't think there is the level of inspection that should go in the education sector. I don't think it is there, because some teachers just somebody told me when I was teaching, they were sitting down at Comprehensive High School Ayetoro. They were sitting down, they looked at me, the two of them, they said, Malam Olukunle, we just pity you. I said, why? Said, you are working too much, you are working too hard. Why we pity you is that you that are working hard and those of us that are lazy, that are lazying about, we will be promoted at the same time. So we have some teachers who have that mentality that Ogata, and the fact of the matter is that there is a contract between the parents and the teachers. The parents took their children to school. School, help me train this child. Okay, you are going to pay ABC money, and the parents paid, and then the students are not well taught. They are not well baked, so they are half baked. So they are not useful to themselves. They are not useful to the parents. They are not useful to the society. So we have some lazy teachers like that. So if you are a teacher and your student wrote this WAEC exam and performed woefully, I think they should beam a searchlight on you. That is on the side of the teacher and the Ministry of Education. Right. For the parents, if you believe that everything has to be on the neck of the school, you are deceiving yourself. At the end of the day, that half-baked child will come to your doorstep, to your house, not to the teacher's house. So if you don't monitor your child to ensure that they do what is necessary, you have bought Android phones for your children, and your children don't have any other thing to do other than to TikTok, to Facebook, to WhatsApp, to do all those things on social media, and that has eaten up their time, and you have seen the result now. So unfortunately, your failure as a parent will rub negatively on the nation, because your child will not be progressive and will not be able to contribute anything to the development of the country. So that is why every parent must wake up. Those of you that have spoiled your children by ensuring that you have given them luxuries that is beyond their ages. You are seeing the result now. So I think everybody should sit up. The government should sit up. The parents must sit up. Teachers must justify the pay they take from government, and government must supervise scrupulously schools, whether it is government owned or privately owned. They must be supervised.
I'm glad you mentioned distraction there, because I was going to ask you that. What role does distraction, the social media age we're in now, play in that? But let's look at other stories. Fresh concerns over budget 2025 as oil price drops to $59 per barrel. That's the headline from the Punch this morning. The 2025 budget is under serious threat due to a sharp drop in global oil prices, now at $59 per barrel, well below the 75% benchmark used for the budget. They're saying the decline is attributed to global market volatility, increased oil production, and erratic U.S. trade policies under President Trump. Mr. Femi, with President Trump's tariffs, his unpredictable tariffs, and all that's going on that's impacting global markets, how should we shield ourselves from external shocks like that? Diversification has been mentioned, put forward many times, but we seem to be paying lip service to that.
As long as we don't diversify this economy, we will be at the mercy of the outside world. And any country that cannot control its own economy, that relies on whatever the outside world says, is not free. So this nation is not free. We are not free. We are still in economic slavery. Because we cannot say that when they sneeze in the United States, we should catch cold here. Now, we have said it time and time again that this economy should not rely solely on oil. In fact, yesterday I was reading something that governor of Zamfara State held a meeting, a secret meeting with heads of these terrorist groups in order to make peace with them. And some people were saying that those terrorists will soon shortchange the government. They will turn against the government because after collecting money from government, they will use the money to buy arms and then go back to trenches to launch attack against the people. And then some people said it is when the governor sees that his gold business is about being attacked by the terrorists that it calls for peace. That was what I read. Whether it is true or not, I don't know. However, what interested me was the fact that the governor has gold business. Why is it that President Tinubu has not stopped what the previous administration under Buhari did? Buhari gave the gold field in Zamfara to Zamfara state government to do whatever it likes with it, whereas the oil field in the Niger Delta is owned by the federal government. Why can't Nigeria own the oil gold field in Zamfara and other places? So that is just the question. So if we don't diversify and make sure that all these things come under government, then we are deceiving ourselves. And if government knows that it wants to give gold to Zamfara, then give oil to Niger Delta states. Give whatever we get in southwest to the states and let them pay taxes to you as it was done during the First Republic. I mean, some people cannot be laboring and sweating in the sun while some people will be eating. So if we don't diversify this economy, we will be enslaved. We will be tied to the apron of the West. So I don't pity us for this, because unfortunately, as it has dropped to $50-something according to the report, it should be a plus, a blessing to Nigerians, because it should make the pump price of petrol to drop drastically. But when it drops at a filling station, the federal government will be losing revenue, because what is plus to Nigerians is minus for federal government. That means enough money will not be coming to the coffers of government. However, since we don't have any say over it, we don't have any control over it, the ones we have control over, let us do it. And that is agriculture and other solid minerals.
Okay, we have some commercials to go in a bit, but I'll quickly like to get your reaction to this one. Bauchi to probe killing of 19 hunters during a patrol. The governor has come out to say that he's going to apprehend those responsible for the killings of those hunters. There was a condolence message from the governor, to the victims' families and all that. What's your take on the pattern of, governance by condolence, which our leaders seem to, move towards, after tragedies like this, instead of actually looking for meaningful ways to prevent reoccurrences of this? We'll have to go on that commercial break, Mr. Femi. When we come back, I'll be taking your reaction to that. Do stay with us. 32 FM 94.9.
Stay tuned to 32 FM 94.9.
Golden penny pasta, what's your reason? What's your reason? Oh, everybody gather round. Come and hear the news in town. From the kitchen to my heart, every single body's a thrill. With every bowl I share, I find more reasons.
There are more reasons to love Golden Penny pasta, enriched with protein and fiber for you and your loved ones. Golden Penny pasta, great taste, good nutrition.
Is that Alfie playing football in the rain?
It's 𝐷𝐿.
My goodness. When did he grow up?
That's it with kids, though.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development with the new 𝐷𝐿 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. 𝐷𝐿 4. Nourish your child's potential.
kò bá jẹ́ 24 29 tàbí 32 ṣáà ti fẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú wa lórí gbogbo ìkànnì ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ kàn tẹ 32FM 949 fẹ̀yìn
ẹ̀. Kí ló ń sún ọpọ́n ìrẹsì jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù lọ sípele ìgbádùn tó ga? Ṣé tí wọ́n bá sè é pẹ̀lú kóró náà fún adùn tó kà màmá yẹn ni? Tàbí tẹ́ ẹ bá jẹ́ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó sàláàdì Nàìjíríà, èso kábéèjì, kárọ̀tì, lẹ́tùsì, àtẹ̀wà oníkíndìnrín díẹ̀.
Ó ní láti jẹ́ méjèèjì. Ṣe jollof rice rẹ pẹ̀lú adùn kóró náà kí o wá jẹ́ pẹ̀lú ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀fọ́. Ó yá, jẹ́ kí ọ̀pọ̀ oúnjẹ rẹ gbé pẹ́ẹ́lí. Lónìí, jẹun tó dáa.
Life is always full of wahala, but there is music, passion, feelings, and good vibes. Take a ride with INT'L app to get there on your own terms. You decide what your life will be full of and choose a fair price for this ride. INT'L, the INT'L online passenger transportation aggregator, is not a taxi service. Find more information at www.intdrive.com.
Feel better about your life.
32 FM 94.9, the antidote to depression.
All right, it's still the Papers Review on 32 FM 94.9. We'll be taking your reactions to the headlines out of the papers this morning. But quickly, before we get to the calls, Mr. Femi, throw a question at you based off of that story, about bandits, attacking some hunters, 19 hunters in Bauchi. I'd like to get your reaction. Yeah.
In Nigeria, we have governments of condolences. At state and federal level, when they kill Nigerians, all you hear from them is that they give condolences to the people, and then we are going to investigate. Their investigations are not ending, they are endless. I read that some terrorists moved from Zamfara to Niger State, and they moved on the road, and they never saw any security personnel to challenge them. They traveled with their rifles on motorcycles. So this is a country where terrorist killers, vampires, where they do whatever they like. They gallivant with impunity. Nobody stops them. The DSS, the military, they know where these people are. They know the forest where they are. Governors hold meetings with them. So what stops them from eliminating these people and let us have peace once and for all? What stops the federal government from stopping this visa on arrival? That every Tom, Dick and Harry has the right to come to Nigeria anyhow, and then mess up the land. So it's just like we are just at the mercy of God and these terrorists. So I think federal government should stop this visa on arrival. Number 2, give a specific order to the security architecture of this country. Let them wipe off these people. They cannot just take us for a ride. They are a government on their own. Why we have the federal government of Nigeria under Bola Ahmed Tinubu? So why should this kind of nonsense be continuing without anybody covering it?
All right, we open the phone lines. 0906-2009-49 is the number to get across to us this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, welcome.
My name is Ade from UI.
All right, welcome.
if you look at what is going on in the recent time, especially since 2015, we elected this DC government into power. My personal opinion, initially, Jonathan said the terrorists are penetrating his government. That time, there's some outsiders in government sponsoring them. But now, I look at the video flying around now, terrorists openly displaying human parts, dancing, and all the likes. In the past, they sponsor, but now, my brothers, my personal opinion, they have contested and now won election. You understand that kind of a thing? They are the ones in government now that they are now controlling the military. So who will stop them now? Until the international community will send evidence to them, people like Trump and Russia, countries like that. We show them all evidence that this government is harassing the country. That's the only solution now. But for this government, they are questionable a lot on this. That's the best of today.
All right, thank you very much for your time. Again, the phone line 0906 2000 949. We're live on Facebook, 32FM 949 Fenya on Facebook. Take some reactions out of Facebook. Oluwaseun Ruth says the reshuffling of cabinets by the Oyo State government is a good development, which shows that the governor is about to give the Oyo people the best of his administration. I will just keep imploring the commissioners to keep working with the governor to take Oyo State from poverty to prosperity. Tolu Adeyemi says, this is not the time to engage in blame game by the people in government as far as insecurity is concerned, because the rate of insecurity keeps increasing and has degenerated to the extent that it has put the country in a standstill where nothing seems to be working again, which calls for urgent concern by the federal government. I'll take another call now. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Dad.
Good morning.
I'm going to say locally as well as you. I'm coming back. I need to go have anything. My perspective this morning is that, you see, to battle with security, there are some certain armed personnel security that are trained in that terrain. And in a situation whereby these particular people I'm talking about, armed personnel that are trained to battle with these people, watching the body language of Mr. President, you see, it is something else. What are we saying this morning? I didn't just say it is killing here and there or kidnapping here and there. I call it political killing. What are we saying? Political behind this, all this what we're talking about. I said in this particular platform, somebody says waging war against Boko Haram, say waging war against Northern, and the person become president for good 8 years in this country, and we regard the person as a man of integrity. What are we saying? It is a political killing. It's a political insurgency. It is when we deal with our political office so that in the way they assume to the office, it is fundamental. These people are shooting vests when they are contesting, during the electioneering. No. And when they assume to the office, they become something else. No. And if you out any mass, that is another continue. Good morning, sir. Good morning.
All right, thank you very much for your time. Again, the phone line 0906 2000 949. So Suleiman Sharif on Facebook says the poor can't breathe under the APC-led government. Is it also a mandate for President Tinubu to keep inflicting more suffering on the poorest of the poor? Skyrocket abnormal increase in telecom service, increase in custom duty, increase in bank charges, increase in data subscription. Now, another increase in electricity tariff. APC has failed Nigerians in many ways. Take another call here. All right, lost that one. Again, the phone line 0906 2000 949 0906 2000 949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, yeah.
Joe Larwaju speaking from Madu.
All right, welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you. On the issue of Joe, to me, it's like the government is just taking the people's money for nothing. What is the meaning of revenue? You are giving the account to the federal government. Why the life of the student was destroyed? That is not a good development to me. In a situation whereby the system knows surely that even the kind of the system they brought to cannot be found in our public schools. Where they find the computer in our public schools? After the students have finished their secondary school, before they can sit down for the exam, they have to go and learn the computer. another spending of money. The same thing they now pay the rich money to sit for the IUCME. So definitely at the end of the condition you are even giving them, maybe the time frame you are giving them to sit for the exam is not even enough for them. I think I need to look at all these things. And if you are continuing like this and sorting money from our children from the pocket of the parents that the federal government has already put into the tight corner.
All right.
Do you think that is easy to get the money in this country?
All right, thank you.
That government plays on the people.
All right, thank you for your time. I'll take another message on Facebook. Miriam Yetunde says, good morning. The drop in petroleum prices is a welcome relief for Nigerians, given its significant impact on daily expenses. I urge those in charge of the sector to continue working towards stabilizing prices and ensuring normalcy. May they be guided in their efforts. That's that one. Mr. Femi, you have...
I think I love John Olaniwaju because that aspect, I wanted to say it better, escaped my memory. JAMB is also compounding the problem of these children. Now, for JAMB to organize an exam for 6:30 a.m. for these kids, that is too early. And most of our schools, almost all our schools, public schools, don't have computers. So maybe it's high time we stopped JAMB and we allowed each university, each college, each polytechnic to conduct their entrance examination, because JAMB has been seen as a cash cow for federal government, and it should not be. JAMB cannot be remitting billions of naira to federal government. Where are they getting that from? They are squeezing it from parents that have already been pauperized. So it is wrong.
I'll take another call here. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, welcome.
This is Miriam. I'm calling from Odejai. Thank you. I believe that having stability in the petroleum sector would greatly benefit Nigerians, because we really rely on this product. And this is the reason why I urge the federal government to please do the needful on the sector. They should consider all possible means to bring normalcy to it. And as regards the reshuffle of cabinet and everything, I urge the new and the retained commissioners to carry out their duties with integrity. May God lead them right.
All right, thank you very much. On Facebook, we have this one from Prince Bumi Defusi. It says, good morning to you and the brilliant analyst. We should stop deceiving ourselves. Nigeria is retrogressing. That's why I still see the old Nigeria as a better one than the so-called modern Nigeria. Depreciation of currency, increase in inflation rate, insecurity, and increase in fuel pump price. Prince Bumi Defusi, thank you for that reaction there. We do appreciate it. It's time to leave on the papers review this morning. The show returns tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Thank you very much, Mr. Femi Olukunle, for the analysis.
Thank you very much.
As well. My name is Kenny Durutilu. Good morning. The Smart Kids Show is up next.